Hey, MikeDolbear.com. This is Russ Miller, and we are at NAMM 2015. This is another product from KHS, and this is a brand new brand actually called Infused Audio. And the first product from Infused Audio is the Inspire series of electronic percussion. Now, there's a couple things that we did during the design of this that's very unique, and it's changing the way that you kind of approach electronic percussion. I like to think of it as investing in a great tool, like, you know, a great cymbal or a great snare drum, something you're going to use in a lot of different ways in a lot of different music. So the first thing is what's going on with the actual pads. Now, you'll notice these pads can actually go on your acoustic drums. They literally clip right around the hoop like this and stay on there. So if you have a kit, already have an acoustic drum kit, you want to practice at home, just throw the pads on there. Don't even plug them in. You can use them to practice with. And what's great about it is you can actually hear the tom pitches when you're playing, and you can turn the snares on, so it's a great practice tool. If you're on the gig and you want to switch from acoustic drums to electronic, it's really easy to do. You literally can, in between songs, like this song I'm going to have electronic drums and do that. The next song you can take it off and not have electronic drums. So, using it on an acoustic kit. The second way, there's shell packs available, which is what this is. So if you want to make an electronic drum kit, you just put them onto these shells that are available. And remember, these are the actual sizes of your drums, so you can actually make your kit setup. You use 10, 12, 13, 16, 13-inch snare, whatever you want. It feels comfortable because it's just like your kit. One of the things that I don't like about electronic drums is that we're all the same. We all have these little frisbees that we're using, and we all have the same look, and they all sound the same because they're the same sounds. I like to have my setup. You know, I want 10, 12, 14, 16. I have a gong tom that I use. I have a infused gong tom with a 16 on it. I mean, you know, anything that's your setup you can do. So that's just, the other thing is making your setup with an electronic drum set using the shells. The third way is with the low profile mounts. So you can see here we have this low profile mount. Now you can make accessory pads and put them anywhere on your regular kit, or move them around here with your electronic stuff. So you can make clusters of small pads, put 6 of them over your floor tom, do whatever you want to do. They don't take up very much space, and it's very effective to use, you know, triggering different sounds. Maybe you have to have finger clicks or hand claps, or, you know, stuff like that. The other thing we did as far as pads are concerned, there's actually an electronic cowbell, and that's a 2-zone bell that has a shank and a mouth. So that's very thin. You can put those over the drums and over the floor toms as well. That works really great. The cymbal pads are pretty standard, other than the fact that they're actually 16-inch pads. So they're the biggest ones on the market. They feel great to play. And one of the things about electronic drums is the feel of the pads and how they trigger, but also how the sounds play. That's very, very important. On some electronic kits, you know, you play the crown, and then when you go to the body of the cymbal, the crown shuts off because there's not enough memory in the units to deal with that. With the Infused system, it's an open architecture unit, meaning it works with any program that you want to use it with. It's also full bandwidth sounds, 2444, so 24-bit 44.1. The cymbal sound in this is bigger than most 5 or 6 full drum kit sounds in most electronic modules. So one cymbal is bigger than 6 or 8, 10 different kits in most of the electronic modules. That's because it's full bandwidth. Now, when you play full bandwidth sounds, you play the crown, it continues on while you're playing the body of the cymbal, things like that. So you can actually feel the difference in what you're playing. It's kind of hard to hear in this environment. You can hear how the body of the thing's going on while the crown is still happening. So it creates a way more realistic feel when you're playing. So back to the module, there's a available RAM inside the module, a big RAM too, that you can take from any program that's on the computer. This particular one is a BFD Echo Infused. This comes with the system. You can design up to 1 terabyte of sounds that comes with this system. It actually ships with 33 gigabytes of sounds, which is about 50 times bigger than the standard drum modules on the market. And you design everything you want in here. Whenever you're done, you hit one button. It's a one-button dump. It dumps it into the module. You can take it to the gig and use it. So you don't have to take your computer to the gig and all that. You just need the module. So you can just dump whatever you need to do for that, or you can take the computer and do whatever you want to do. It's open architecture. You can use other softwares. It doesn't have to be the BFD. But the box itself, the real trick to it is that it's not only the trigger to MIDI interface for the pads or sensors or whatever you want to do, it's also the audio interface. So it's the I/O box. So when you plug it into the computer, it's just one USB in. The audio of everything you're doing comes back from the computer and out of the Infused module. So you have multiple outputs you can mix things with, do whatever you need to do. So it's the trigger to MIDI interface and the audio interface in one box. Open architecture, use anything you want, full bandwidth sounds, and it comes with a tremendous amount of sounds you can do and put together yourself. Just dump whatever you want to into the RAM. There's an available palette of sounds that it ships with, so you can just play right away, but it's really awesome to design your own stuff. So that's the bulk of it. Ships with a flash drive with sounds. That's how you get stuff in and out of it. And I just encourage everybody to take a look at it. I think it's an incredible tool, and I think it's going to really change the way we think about electronic percussion.